Welcome to Matters Financial and Geopolitical from the Frontier, and thank you for stopping by. I trust you had a good weekend. In this video, Emmanuel shadary is seen receiving the benediction from President Kabila's wife. I think shadary is a shoo-in. The opposition is in disarray. This photograph, you see John Mbemba and Moshi Katumbi. Katumbi can't even get in the country. Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy, controls the international narrative, but not necessarily the country. An article by Reuters' Maggie Fick talking about Tigray, where they feel alienated by his rapid reforms. Nobody will kneel down here. He remains a fantastic phenomenon, but there are many challenges that he's got to deal with. Sudan's annual inflation rate measured 160% for the 12th, 13th of December. UK's Serious Fraud Office is investigating Acacia Mining, majority owned by Barrick Gold, over allegations of corruption in Tanzania. South African all shares down 13.35% year to date, dollar versus rand 14.3707, and it's really in that range of 13.55, 14.50. Egypt tops the list of FDI destinations in Africa, an extraordinary recovery following the post-uprising turmoil. But I said at the time that it did all the right things from an economic point of view, and that was indeed a just reward for those reforms. Egyptian pound 17.952, Nigerian all share down 19.8% year to date, Ghana Stock Exchange down around 2% year to date. Zambia denies White House claims China taking over power utility to recover a $6 to $10 billion debt, noting the utility was never provided as collateral, and its debt to Beijing was just $3.1 billion. US National Security Advisor John Bolton said on Thursday that China's quest for more power in Africa was evident to nations like Zambia, and China was poised to take over Zambia's utility company Zesco to collect the debt. I like this photograph of the Avenue of the Baobabs in Morondava, Madagascar. Rise to heights of nearly 100 feet are found only on the island of Madagascar, where they're known as Renala, Malagasy for mother of the forest. The trees in this grove are approximately 800 years old. Sadly, these 20-some baobabs are the only survivors of what was once a dense tropical forest. President Afwerki, the president of the state of Eritrea, was received by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. In this photograph, he's really come out of the cold as well. Court pronounced itself on Dr. Miguna's case, Fundamental Freedoms and Fair Administrative Act. Have a read. Kenya shilling has appreciated by 0.6% year to date. Very interesting article by David D. A note on the value of the Kenyan shilling. This is the IMF saying it was overvalued 17.5%. But David shows that the shilling has been appreciating in real terms since it was liberalized. Overall, it has appreciated 157%. 9% per year on average. One of the things that's been pushing the shilling, keeping it stable, is diaspora remittances, which rose by 39.5% in the 12 months in October to $2.6 billion. Nairobi all share down 16.75% year to date. NSC is currently trading at a P ratio of 10.9 and a dividend yield of 5.2%. NSE 20 is down 25.67% year to date. The government debt burden has increased consistently, and we expect it to reach 60% of GDP over the medium term. This is Moody's, who are citing Kenya's low institutional strength stemming from its low ranking on the worldwide governance indicators. High statistical transparency supports policy decision-making, but fiscal policy effectiveness and credibility have weakened. Government's persistently large fiscal deficits and rollback on its commitment to repeal the cap on banks' lending rates introduced in September 2016 point to low fiscal effectiveness and credibility. General election and droughts in 2017 put additional pressure on government spending during the year. Moody's expects only a gradual narrowing of the fiscal deficit to around 6.5% of GDP in fiscal 2019. Have a look, the link is there. Eurobonds, 2018 Eurobond issue yields in the 10 and 30-year declined, 10-year to 8.5%, 30-year to 9.5%. That follows the US Treasury 10-year, which also declined in yield. Average interbank rate rose to 10.2% from 7.5% the previous week, hitting a high of 11.3% on the 14th of December 2018, highest since October 2015. This is great. Dr. Leakey preferred to stay at the residence in the park, saying that he believed there was better security from the wild animals than from armed policemen. These are some photos from the party at Base Titanium over the weekend. And finally, a photograph of some camels who obviously needed a break. It was 31 degrees centigrade in the shade. Once again, thank you for stopping by.